tendency from the teams, from the benches. They will give instruction to goalkeepers to go down when they want to make a substitution or when their players injured.
Well, thanks so much, V, and your panelists. The Nedbank Cup gets underway this evening at a very empty Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. There are the two captains in picture, Edgar Manaka for the visitors, Marumo Gallants, and George Mvundlela for Pretoria Callies. These sides were playing in the Motsepe Foundation Championship last season. They each won one of their two league matches, but tonight they're doing it in the Nedbank Cup. We've had a rain shower just before the game started, but now conditions are really good. Pretoria Callies unchanged from the side that beat Kruger United last week by 3-1. They're going with exactly the same starting lineup today as far as their team is concerned, coached by the Italian Fabio Lopez. To take you through the Marumo Gallants team, my colleague Mtutuzeli Scott. Scotty.
Yeah. Amaqela sebiziwe ke usompempe osiphetele lo mdlalo nguye usompempe wanamhlanje uCedric Mubali nguye uzawuphatha lo mdlalo. Fabio Lopez indoda ekhokelela iqela ne Pretoria Callies namhlanje elidlala kwibala elaziwayo, ibala ekwakunyathelwa kulo kwakudala, ibala iMasterpieces Moripe. Ukhumbule umuntu ethiwe ngalo libala use yokulala kwindawo yakhe ikhaya lakhe lokugqibela kunyaka ophelileyo, kodwa ke igama lakhe soze liphele ezimbalini. Yongani usompempe sithi umdlalo wethu mawuqale, kodwa esithi mayiphinde ibekwe lo bhola phansi. Umuntu ozakudlala ozakuhamba nomdlalo wethu xa uqala ikwanguMichael Abramson.
Thanks so much, Scotty. Away we are then for a competition which is very, very exciting. South Africa's Premier Cup competition, and 32 teams in action from tonight. We had about an hour ago a massive rainstorm. You can still see some of the puddles on the athletics track around the stadium. And there is Dan Dance Maleselo, who of course was put on leave around December time but brought back to the club tonight. He has some of his new signings, but they're not officially registered yet, so they're still waiting for some paperwork, so they're not part of the side today. Two changes to his team. Mokobodi and Shai come in to lead the attack in place of Gabadino Mango and Nemtajela, who was sent off against Chippa United, so he is suspended for this match. It really is exciting, and of course a big occasion for Pretoria Callies, who are playing at a stadium named after one of their club legends, the late Lucas Masterpieces Moripe, and such an important man he was in terms of the club's history in the 1970s. So for them to play this match at this stadium, albeit a fairly empty stadium, is really exciting for them. Here's Gregory Damons. They've got incidentally 3 former Marumo players in their starting lineup tonight. The goalkeeper King Ndlovu, their midfielder Sibusiso Kumalo, and their striker Tsepo Chaine, all former Marumo players. Throw taken now by Chabatsani, who's a 22-year-old, one of the youngest players in this Marumo Gallant side, which has 5 players in the starting lineup in their 30s. Both these sides struggling in the leagues, in their respective leagues, both towards the bottom of their respective tables, 12th and 13th respectively. And Marumo Gallants trying to play out from the back through Trevor Matiani, who's very, very experienced. He's 36 years of age, so he certainly has experience on his side. Signed in September for Marumo Gallants. Both these sides have had good success in this competition already. Gallants reaching the final, and Pretoria Callies reaching the semi-final, both in the same season. Here's Matlatsi, man who's very, very well travelled, signed on a free transfer in September for Marumo Gallants, and the ball all the way back to Washington Arubi, the Zimbabwean, 39 years of age. He's already collected 3 yellow cards this season, which for a goalkeeper is quite strange, but some of those for time wasting. And Akpeyi, whom we thought might be on the bench, is not on the bench tonight. Marumo Gallants looking to try and advance through the midfield and just controlling things at the back now through Sikosana, who scored when these sides met in the league last season. Mokobodi coming back deep to help out, and here's Chabatsane, left-footed wing-back. Skosana just slowing down the pace. So 2 changes to Marumo Gallants today from the side that ended with 10 men in drawing 2-2 with Chipper United. Both these sides, incidentally, unbeaten in their last 3. Their last loss came 4 matches ago for both of them. Mokobori losing out in the midfield. Here come Callies. Let's see what they can do with Damons here. Man who's on 3 yellow cards already. And he'll go all the way back. As Callies try and play out from the back. Some rather nice football on a slick surface. That's a lovely ball played forward. Bit of a heavy touch, and a bit lucky there is Mohaswa to be able to control the ball and move it forward. 35 here, Skosana will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. And early on, these sides feeling each other out. They played twice last season in the league in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Gallants won their home game by 4-2, and Callies won their home game by 1-0. And their captain tonight, Mvundlela, scored in that game. So Pretoria Callies in the all-white, Marumo Gallants in the green and blue, and a foul awarded there against Olerato Mandi, a man from Kuruman in the Northern Cape, former Galaxy reserves player. There's the challenge. Not too much in it, but the referee, who is tonight Cedric Muvali, giving the free kick. So plenty of exciting action. We've had 27 occasions in the Nedbank Cup already where a side from the lower leagues has knocked out a side in the top flight. 27 occasions in the past 17 seasons. So there's potential for that to happen tonight again should Callies win this match. And they get the free kick just inside their own half. That's Tsepo Chaine, man from Bochabelo in the Free State. Also former Marumo player. He's also played for Bloem Celtic and TX Galaxy as well. Callies not showing their opponents too much respect, playing the ball around rather nicely on the slick surface in the early exchanges. And now conceding possession rather sloppily through Kumalo. Of course, is another former Marumo player. That's a nice ball played forward, looking for Shai. Here they come on the attack now. Marumo Gallants, first chance to see what they can do. The defense cutting it out nicely through Nicholas Motloong. And the referee will bring them all the way back for the offside decision. There he is, Shaine, leading the attack tonight. And you can see a bit of jersey tugging, not much in it, but again the referee giving the free kick. And on this wet surface, the ball just holding up a little bit, so the pass doesn't find its man. Shabatsane goes inside now to Skosana. 30-year-old Skosana goes by the names of Sibusiso and Marvin. But it's a Marumo Gallant side who have bolstered their ranks. They have recently brought in Junior Zindoga from Zimbabwe. They brought in Ibrahim Konde, who's a Guinea-born player who's was based in Canada, but has also played for a college side in the United States, in New Hampshire. So Dandons Malesela has been given some funds to be able to bolster his squad, but those players not eligible to play tonight because still waiting for some papers from Home Affairs. Now there's a chance on here for Mokobori. Tries the shot, good effort. And testing goalkeeper King Ndlovu, who was signed from Marumo Gallants in August. He played played for them last season. Now he's playing against them in the cup, but it's a nice effort. Just looks up on the slick surface, decides to take on the shot. I must say, when we got to the stadium about 2.5 hours ago, it was nice bright sunshine, but within half an hour it was pouring rain, and we had a storm here for about 15 minutes with a lot of lightning and thunder and heavy rain, but it didn't delay the start of the game. King Ndlovu, 31-year-old goalkeeper, distributing nicely here to Motloong. So as I've told you, both these sides have got a good history in this competition. Pretoria Callies reaching the semi-finals back in the 2021 season, the season they got promoted. It was a very interesting route because they lost to Steenberg on penalties, but they still somehow were able to advance in the draw. They beat Royal AM, they beat JDR Stars, Cape Town All-Stars on penalties before losing their semi-final to Chipper, who went on to lose the final against TTM, who then later sold their franchise to Marumo Gallants. So there's lots of history in these sides, and as far as this competition is concerned for the two sides, Marumo Gallants, of course, reaching the Nedbank Cup final in the 21-22 season, beating Santos, Pirates on penalties, Baroka and TTM, before losing the final to Sundowns by 2-1 after extra time, having Philip and Londlo sent off in extra time. Free kick for the foul committed on Skosana. The referee's blowing his whistle quite a lot in the early exchanges, but no doubt about that. Man comes across and just stands on his opponent. That is the Italian-born coach of Pretoria Callies, Fabio Lopez. Comes from Rome. He speaks 3 languages fluently, incidentally, English, Italian and Lithuanian, because he coached a lot in Lithuania, which is one of the 3 Baltic countries. So he's got that history as well. Up against him, Dandans Malesela, who won this cup as a player for both Pirates in '88 and Sundowns in '98. As well as coaching TX Galaxy in 2019 to the cup. So he's got also a nice history in this competition as well. Chabatsane losing out. Now Moremi, he's got 3 goals this season already. And here come Pretoria Callies. They call them Maroma, not to be confused with Marumo, the opponents tonight. Nice knockdown. Possibilities on here. If they can work it well, that's a good play from Moremi, keeping the attack alive, and then the cross comes in, but it's overhead and goes behind for a goal kick. So these sides feeling each other out early on. Plenty of cloud about the stadium, but blue skies directly overhead as twilight sets in. And the atmosphere builds here as Marumo Gallants start another attack from deep inside their own half. So 10 minutes played here. It is 0-0. Reminder, if it's level after 90 minutes, we go to extra time and the potential of penalties as well. But we will have a winner tonight as far as this match is concerned. Scotty, quite a cagey start from both sides.
Amaqela anamava abaqeqeshi banamava ngakumbi uDendens Malisela asawuvile ke ngoMichael uba into enkulu kwayiphumelelo lokhuphiswano edlalela iOrlando Pirates edlalela iMamelodi Sundowns waphinda njengomqeqeshi ngo-2019 ezantsi emdubana masijonge ibhola entle eMarumo Gallants kodwa yakhawuleza iPretoria Callies yayichitha le into yayicenga yawela ucenter line yayibeka phambili wakhala uSompempe wathi uMandi nimdlalisa kabuhlungu uMandi nikezela i-free kick kwiPretoria Callies. Pretoria Callies ukhumbula babe kuhluzwana ngamaqela adlala kumgangatho osezantsi baze apha ngokubetha iqela lase-Davidton bebetha iqela lase-Davidton iLeruma United bebetha ngenqaku elinye eqandeni. Seketso enguye uMoremi wayifaka elo nqaku elo ntiyantiya lo into enkulu seyivela kunyathela kumakho amakhulu seyivela kunyathela kumakhosi ngoku sibona iminyathela kwiPretoria Callies. Marumo Gallants idebe yesimanga kale kuthiwa i-FA Cup yaseMzantsi Afrika amaqela amakhulu ayawa xa sefikele lapha. Ayicenga lo bhola iMarumo Gallants kwakhona ahlabane banthwa nyathelwa lo bhola phambi kwakhe umuvali uSompempe ophethe lo mdlalo acenga unyathelwa kabuhlungu wafaka inyawo kabuhlungu uThapelo umroboti uSompempe wambona wamohlwana wathi Thapelo unongena kolo hlobo. uThapelo uya istats ziphezulu uba ngabe befike wahlala embandeni uSompempe bezayikhupha nje ikhadi elibomvu ngaphandle kwamathandabuzo. Unozinti abanamava namhlanje uKing Dlovu ngokwakhe indoda isabambela iBlack Leopards kube mdaka kube nzima isali ngasemva yahlatha ibhola ePretoria Callies yayibeka phambili bashile le ibhola yophuma ngaphandle ibhola ezaphoswa ngesandla iMarumo Gallants. Madodana agqibela kwindebe iMutsipi Foundation Championship nyaka opheleyo. iCallies yake uphumelela wayo umdlalo ngenxa kwelinye eqandeni kodwa yabethwa kabuhlungu xa buya intonga zayo iMarumo Gallants. cengwa kahle la bhola indoda enamava ukamuhelo mahlatsi ayisabaleka nakwiswalozi into enkulu ngokujika nakwiqela layo Kaizer Chiefs acengwa la bhola yahlatywa kakuhle kwele cala ingaphetsheya phaa ngoku iMarumo Gallants bapakile esuswini abafana bayo iPretoria Callies bapakile esuswini iMarumo Gallants iza ngqo kuba idlala emacabangeni ibhola zabo hlatywa kakuhle la ibhola yabekwa phambili ngoku bekwa uGregory Diamonds indoda esabaleka kwiswalozi ke le esabaleka kwiswalozi phose ngesandla le ibhola bethwa ngegxalaba lo bhola kakuhle kwela cala ngaphesheya phaa ibingumandi ngasemva ngangxabanga Marvin usikhosana nale ibhola ibuyisela ngasemva kunozinti wakhe yayicenga iGallants kwakhona yayicenga iGallants kwakhona yabetha ikude izawuba yi-goal kick yePretoria Callies iGallants yathi make sizame amacebo siwatshintsha-tshintshe zama bebetha bekude kodwa beyibonile le ibhola uKing Ndlovu qawula ngasemva lo bhola ngunozinti wePretoria Callies the Romans bayibambile bayigcinile le ibhola athi bawugqiba bayihlaba lo bhola muhlungu pasi ibhola enhle kodwa uphise ngayo la bhola kwiMarumo Gallants nyathla la bhola ku-Edgar Manaka indoda esike yafaka inqaku nayo enye yamadoda afake amanqaku kwiMarumo Gallants kumdlalo weBetway Premiership sawubona namhlanje uba yeyiphi na indoda yokuqala ezawuthi ifake inqaku kolu khuphiswano lweNedbank amaqela ngama-32 okugqibela last 32 kamuhelo Mahlatsi hlaba kakuhle ibhola yakho uMahlatsi ampho Chabanatsane Gxebe Thapelo ayicenga ngoku badlala ibhola bayacaca uba baphume ezandleni zikaDendence cankwepali la bhola uSopepe uthi wo umpho Mahlatsi kamuhelo ihlatywe kakuhle la bhola yabuyela kuye wathi ogqiba wacinga wagqiba encamini yasebhoksini kodwa ibhola yakhe yaphuma ecankwepali ihlobo lebhola eqeqesha ngalo uDendence ufuna ibhola ehamba phansi ufuna ipasisi ezimfutshane nezimfutshane Pretoria Callies phinde yathathwa kubo la bhola iPretoria Callies angazibone sengxakini apha uTsepo China angazibone sengxakini ke apha ngokwesibini esohloya nguSompempe oyifumene yellow card yokuqala yaphuma iphumela uTsepo China fumana yellow card kusaqalwa nje walandeli beMarumo Gallants bekhokelwa ngubhoda njengesiqhelo basuke ezantsi the City of Roses emangawu short passes kwakhona Mahlatsi waphatha i-through pass enhle izawuthini ibhola in ibiseyiphumile Sompempe uyibonile wathi mayibe yi-goal kick ingathi izawulamba athi Pretoria Callies kwicala lebhola ibanqabele Marumo Gallants yafika kwifinali yabethwa iMamelodi Sundowns ngo-2-1 esabizwa ngokuba yi-TTM ngoko thatha ixesha lakhe uKing Ndlovu ngonozinti abanamava bobabini aba Washington Arubi indoda yaseZimbabwe nayo ebambela iqela layo iMarumo Gallants ngamava odwa bola iza kuphosa iPretoria Callies eqela kwakusawubaleka bona bese sitshilo ngasekhoyo wangamphefumulo wakho ungalala ngoxolo uba uLucas Masterpieces oyan Malombo Lichaba babebeleka kweli qela ePretoria Callies iveze amagama aziwayo kwibhola ekhatywayo yoMzantsi Afrika. Nebala lade lathiywa ngaye ongasekhoyo uba uMoripe kwathiwa iMasterpieces bayayiligama lakhe lo wayiteketiswa ngalo xa kuphethwe le nto ibhola elikhulu. Chungcembe nala bhola uMavo uSikhosana enye amadoda adlala i-centre backs Edson Khumalo Marumo ababheki phambili ngoku cenga la bhola wahlaba phambili uEdgar Manaka wathi masihambeni sibhekeni phambili yabuyela kuye kwakhona wahlaba ibhola enhle ngoku enyathelo la bhola kwela cala lingaphesheya phaa kuMahlatsi oyifaka phakathi uMahlatsi yaphuncuka ezinyaweni ibhola ikona kick yokuqala. Kona kick yokuqala efunyanwa iMarumo Gallants. Bhola ibize kakuhle uMahlatsi ngathi uzawuba lizinyo liqaqamba kumadodana ePretoria Callies. Engathi uzawuba lizinyo liqaqamba uMahlatsi kwiPretoria Callies. Kona kick yokuqala ngomzuzu xa singena umzuzu wama-20. Kona kick yokuqala iMarumo Gallants. Phakanyisiwe le ibhola ifuna ihloko zamadoda ayikaphumi ngaphandle ibhola. Wakhala uSompembe wanikezela i-free kicks sitsho imizuzu engama-20 idlulile lapho sitsho khona sithi liqanda kwiPretoria Callies liqanda kwiMarumo Gallants.
Well, a very interesting start to the game so far, and Marumo Gallants getting into it more and more. And particularly Mahlatsi, who at 26 is very well travelled. He's at his 6th different senior club, and here he is on the ball again, looking to set it up again, test the goalkeeper, and Ndlovu stands firm. But he really is having a good game, this man, Kamohelo Mahlatsi, who was signed on a free in September. And he looks like a really good signing for Marumo Gallants. Got a very good left foot. He engineers a lot down this left-hand side, gets away from Damons on a number of occasions, and Damons is going to have to come back and get some help on that flank to try and stop him. Here is Damons making the run forward. Now it breaks for Callies, 2 men on the ball, but they dilly-dally and they lose out in the midfield. And here's the break on again with the man that I've just been talking about, Mahlatsi. He's played for Supersport United, for Amatax, for Swallows, for Chiefs and for Chipper United in his career, and he's just 26 years of age. With his 6th club now, and certainly having some joy down this left-hand side. Manaka scored 3 goals this season for Marumo Gallants, all of them penalties, incidentally. Isaac Shai, I say, Siabulela Shai, I beg your pardon, also well-travelled. And Ntia is the man down, and a 2nd yellow card coming out in the match so far. And now it's 1 apiece as far as the cards are concerned. So the referee has been pretty busy tonight in terms of going to his pocket. And Siabulela Shai is the man who joins Tsepo Chaine in the box. So 2 strikers, 1 on each side. There you see foot up on Ntia. And dangerous play, says the referee. So Siabulela Shai, 31-year-old, is on 3 yellow cards already prior to this game, so that's his 4th yellow card of the season, so he could well be facing a suspension rather soon as things continue. And Marumo Gallants have got some fixtures to play. Well, their next game is scheduled to be against Royal AM. That probably is not going to take place. That's next week. Then they've got Richards Bay away and Amazulu away, so they have 2 trips to KwaZulu-Natal in February coming up on their agenda. Here's Sikosana slowing things down as we reach the midway mark in the first half. It is still goalless here, although the better chances have come for the top flight team. It's a nice play down that far side. Sendami, what can he work? And Gallants trying to engineer an opportunity for a cross, and in the end it's a goal kick, safely ushered behind by the central defenders of Pretoria Callies. So Callies, the side who've made it through to the round of 32, each of the last 2 editions. See, not many supporters in the ground, but they're having fun, they're entertaining themselves. Despite the rain, it's still a scorchingly hot evening at Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. Not too many people in the stadium, but enjoying themselves nonetheless. Here's Khumalo. Manaka, the captain. And Gallants trying to string together a few passes, but Ntia will mop this up all day long. Man from Bizana in the Eastern Cape. Formerly with Chiefs and then had quite a spell at Sekhukhune United. He was signed by Callies in October. This ball all the way back to Washington Arube, the oldest man on the field at 39. He also played just about everywhere in the country. So many different clubs that he's had in his career. But here come Gallants again, trying to work their way through the midfield. The referee sees nothing wrong with that and allows Callies to have possession. Playing in their all-white strip with blue tonight. I had their club chairman on my radio show last evening, and he was saying just how significant it is for the players to play this match at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. Player so synonymous with this club, Pretoria Callies, in the 70s. Now there's space here for Damons, who of course was on board from Swallows, looking for options, trying to play the ball in. No way through. Chaine holding it up again. And that's a free kick, and a fairly soft free kick on the edge of the area with Moremi, the man brought down. So here's a real chance for the Motsepe Foundation Championship team to see what they can do. Matlatsi just colliding with him, and the referee giving the free kick on the edge of the area. So let's see what they can do. The man over the ball here is Mandi, who's got 1 goal this season. Scored in the 3-2 loss against Orbit College on the 8th of December, which was Pretoria Callies' last loss. Since then, they've gone win, draw, win in their last 3. So Mandi, who hails from Kuruman in the Eastern Cape, over the ball here. And Marumo Gallants setting up a 3-man wall, basically a 4-man wall, with Skosana joining as well, but some of the Callies players coming to interfere and standing in the wall. No doubt they'll break away and create a gap in the wall. So let's see if Mandi can find the net here, perhaps, and score his 2nd goal of the season. Here he goes, little chip into the box, but that's poor. It's overhit and drifts out rather tamely for a goal kick. So no danger there for Marumo Gallants at all in terms of defending that. Batlabane Bantwa dealing with that very nicely. Now they come up the field and look to attack with their star Matlatsi on this near side. Shows he's got a bit of a right foot as well as he cuts inside nicely, looking for a teammate. And they'll try and spread the play. Chabatsane picking it up in the left back position. Very much 4-4-2 Marumo Gallants tonight. Here's Matlatsi playing in a nice curling ball, looking for his striker, but slightly overhit as well. He's having a good game and able to use both feet very comfortably. That's a sloppy pass, possession given away. Now Manaka in the midfield, and his pass is cut out, but immediately picked up now by Matlatsi again. Runs into traffic, and Mvundlela makes a good block on him. And now there's a chance potentially for Callies to break upfield with Khumalo. Looks for support inside, finds it from Moremi. Good strong run from Moremi, able to pick out Chaine. This is nice play from Callies. Now they just need men to make runs off the ball so that the play on the ball has got options. That's not the right one though. Chabatsane cutting it out nicely. And now Gallants will look to break with the space that has been created. Mokobori. And they attack in numbers. You can see the green shirts moving upfield rather quickly. Is there potentially a shot on here? The angle created, the deflection, and it's just wide. Unlucky. Gallants showing plenty of attacking intent. Sitole took the shot on, man born in Cape Town. And a bit of concern on the face of Fabio Lopez there as the shot comes in. See, it's a nice run. He takes it to the outside and a good block in the end, putting it behind for a second corner in the match for Marumo Gallants. So Marumo Gallants bought the franchise of TTM and then bought the franchise of Swallows, relocated to Bloemfontein. And they've got a decent support base there as well. But let's see what they can do at this corner kick. Little flick on. Doesn't quite reach its target. Ball kept alive, but then put behind for a rather tame goal kick. So they spent 2 years in the top flight, did Marumo Gallants, before getting relegated, and then spent last season in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Here's the shot taken on Sendami and taking a deflection into the side netting. Of course, Pretoria Callies promoted from the second division, the Gauteng Stream, in 2019-2020. And since then, they've ended 8th, 12th, 10th and 14th in the Motsepe Foundation League. So even numbers every year, generally in the bottom half of the table. And at the moment, they find themselves in 12th spot in the league. But interestingly enough, Baroka have only 4 points more than them. Shot comes in, good save from King and Ndlovu, spreading himself to his left-hand side. So as I was saying, Baroka, who are 5th in the league, and effectively 7 places ahead of them, have only 4 points more. So good save there from King and Ndlovu, spreading himself to his left-hand side. So effectively a win and a draw now for Pretoria Callies could take them right up into the top 5. And Dan Dance not looking happy with the way his side have been unable to take advantage of the chances that have come their way so far. So it's a game starting to come alive a little bit and starting to show some promise here, especially from Marumo Gallants' point of view. They look as if they are capable of opening up Pretoria Callies more often as the game continues. Half an hour gone, it is 0-0, Scott.
Eselqanda amacala amabini iMarumo Gallants ngoku ingathi umcephe iyawunyathela ibeka inqina emafutheni bathi seyifuna le impumelelo, kodwa uba ngaba bayifuna kuzofuneka bazame kwalapha kwesiqingatha sokuqala. Akhumbule iPretoria Callies amadodana sisihlandlo sesine edlala ethatha inxaxheba kwiNedbank Cup. Esesitshilo sathi awude ufika nakwi-semi-final apha khiqwa khona eChipa United, ukanti kweminye iminyaka bajike endleleni kuba kwizihlandlo ezibini babethwe kwi-last 32, bebethwa bekhiqwa bekhutshwa kolu khuphiswano. Baxhathile ke ngoku kuba naba sebefikelele apha basadlala ngamathuba abafana bayo iMarumo Gallants, ephethwe ngabaqeqeshi abaphuma izandla, uDendence kunye noDuncan Lichisa umncedisi wakhe. Ekhumbule noMolifi Ntseki naye ukwayinxalenye yeziphathamandla okanye ezikhulu zayo iMarumo Gallants, into ethetha uba inintsi ifuthe oluvelayo icala kwakhona iMarumo Gallants. Pasa kakuhle la bhola kwela cala, usiyabulela Shayi, tata yakhe wayesakudlala kula mabala idlalela iMamelodi Sundowns, uIsaac. Marumo Gallants ingazikhalela ke sibhola badlala ngazo, bhola ibiyi-trooper senhle kodwa wakhawuleza waphuma epalini. uKing Ndlovu esiya kulaa bhola embona ubuthaphelo, Mukoboti uzile uphambi kwakhe. Mahlatsi hayi namhlanje uyazicacisa uMahlatsi, uyazibonakalisa uba kudala ephuma kwizibhedlele ngesibhedlele, kuthiwe ephuma mntana mamayezi wagqibile. Nanku efika kwakhona ngakwi-byline phezu kwebhola, wayibamba wechu, buyisela ngasemva lo bhola, kodwa ikhayityiwe ezitetheni zakhe uKamuhelo uMahlatsi. Seyiphoswe ngesandla lo bhola, wazama wayifaka kakuhle la bhola kolaqala ibingu-Edgar Manaka, betha bekude kodwa kude nepali. Amsendami ibhola yakhe yaphuma kude nepali, kwambona uba ihluthuka inhliziyo kaDendence umqeqeshi, sithi madoda amathuba njena nazicaceleyo anikwazi ukwabona na. Okanti Fabio Lopez, ndoda yase-Italy, iminyaka ngamashumi 51, umele uba uncediswa indoda ibisawuqeqesha eli qela layo iPretoria Callies. Ubushi obuhlungu cengwa kwakhona la bhola ngasemva. Marumo Gallants eyeke hamba lo bhola uMarvin Sikhosana. Ayicenga kwakhona ayiphakamisa bethwa ngenhloko yachithwa le ibhola. Marumo Gallants yabuya yazokudefenda yonke ngasemva iPretoria Callies. Abakwazi ukuyilawula le ibhola. uDendence uvutha amalangatye ngaphandle kwebala. Uvutha amalangatye uDendence. Uthetha noThapelo Mokobodi uthi xa ndiza kuyeka amathuba njena ndiyazi ke na ukufaka waphi na. Goal kick. Zakususwa lo bhola uKing Dlovu. Thatha ixesha lakho uKing Dlovu, bonisa iqela lakhe uba lisadlala kakuhle. Uthi babambene apho phakama amadoda ePretoria Callies azishushubeza amadoda amane. Free kick. Yellow card zimbini seziphumile. Siyabulela Shayi uneyakhe. Utshepo uChaine uneyakhe nathi ibhola enhle eMarumo Gallants. Free kick kwakhona uSompempe. Uhlwayo iPretoria Callies uKamukhelo. Muhaswa nguye ohlwayo nguSompempe. Lele phansi kodwa indoda pha uGregory Diamonds. Ulele phansi uGregory Diamonds. Wenzakaliswe intoni uGregory Diamonds? Kuba ibhola ibikuye ngela xesha kukhala kwempempe. Uthi ukhatyiwe akange mkhaba indoda eMarumo Gallants, akange iqalise ukumkhaba. Usiyabulela Shayi uthi hayi mntanam. Iset piece efunyanwa eMarumo Gallants. King Dlovu ulungisile idonga lakhe lokugqibela. Khatyiwe la bhola ifuna ihloko zamadoda. Ingozi ayikaphumi. Ingozi ayikaphumi kodwa yakhawuleza yafika iPretoria Callies bayichitha lo bhola. Kuzofuneka bayiqale ngasemva ngokwakhona. Marvin Sikhosana. Sikhosana wayicenga le bhola ihlabe ecangu kwakhe. Ayinika uChristopher Sithole. Sithole ibuyisele ngasemva la bhola kuMpho Chabatsana. Yatsho ingoma yabalandeli beMarumo Gallants. Ayicenga kwakhona iGallants le bhola. Ayicenga kwakhona iGallants le bhola. Pretoria Callies ikhawuleze iyokuvala ngasemva netiba ibhola ihluthwe kubo nje. Sompempe uthi kwindoda yonzakeleyo ePretoria Callies. Sakhetho uMuremi nguye bengaziva mnandi. Yanqunga ngaphandle uFabio Lopez. Ujonga amaxesha umqeqeshi wePretoria Callies uthi ingathi alisapheli ixesha lethu. Uqeqesho onamava. Indoda yaqala njengescout seqela Fiorentina neAtalanta. Amaqela adlala kwiSerie A. Qeqeshe amaqela esizwe kumazwe mabini. iLaos nelaseBangladesh 2015 eBangladesh. Laos ke lilizwe elikumzantsi mpuma weAsia. Kulapho ufumana khona eluzwana elo. Ayicenga le bhola iPretoria Callies yahlatya indoda yekhaliswa khala umqeqeshi. Akhala umqeqeshi ubonisa i-task judge uba uthetha uba ubungayiboni na lento yenzekayo. Sompempe uCedric Mubali weza ngokwakhe uzazibonela uthi mfana sekhaya ukufutshane nomgcaqa ngqeleka uphume ngaphandle ebaleni othi soziphumela nje ebaleni uLerato Mandi uphakamile uMandi uphakamile uMandi abalandeli beMarumo Gallants ke aba thunyelwa ngasemva ke le ibhola kuKing Dlove unozinti wePretoria Callies cenga lo bhola iPretoria Callies ayiphakamisa kodwa baphise ngayo le ibhola Washington Arubi ayiqala kwakhona iMarumo Gallants ngabo abaphethe umdlalo ipercentage ikubo Sikhosana ethe xhunqembe lebhola ngasemva phansi yathathwa la bhola iPretoria Callies Christopher Sithole hlabe kakuhle la bhola wayeka yahambo Edgar Manaka enye yeqala kule imidlalo dala ikhona njengesiqhelo yayicenga iMarumo Gallants njengesiqhelo yayicenga iMarumo Gallants yawa yavuka phezu kwebhola iMarumo izawuba yikona kick yesithathu lena kona kick yesithathu efunyanwa iMarumo Gallants kodwa umuntu ozasuswa kulo kona kick nguMichael Abramson.
Thank you, Scotty. So another corner, as you say, the third one for Marumo Gallants, and King Ndlovu has to deal with potentially a short corner. Ball played into the area, that's dangerous. Good header, but unable to keep it down. And yet again, that Callies goal survives from an opportunity from the big man at the back. But the cross coming in here, it's very, very well struck, and it's the defender Sikosano gets his head to the ball, just can't control it. Good work, though, it's got to be said, by Ntia just to put him off a little bit as he goes with him, even though he's got the height disadvantage in that challenge. Still able to do enough to just ensure that that header was off target. So coming up now for half-time, just a few minutes to go. It's still 0-0. Marumo Gallants creating the better chances, but not taking advantage of them. There haven't been any clear-cut chances. Here come Callies for the first chance to see what they can do, and the shot was rather ambitious from a tight angle. Well, Malepe taking a chance there and having a go. You can see just how well this move is created by the home side, and then in the end he decides there's no real option for him in the box, so let him take on the curling shot. Would have been goal of the season if he'd curled that one in from a virtually impossible angle, but didn't quite get it right. And now Marumo Gallants have advanced upfield with a series of free kicks, and the referee wants the free kick taken from the right position. So I think overall, Italian coach Fabio Lopez will be reasonably happy with the way his side have defended, although there are shots raining in on goal. Another good effort here from Nsendami. Has a crack from the midfield, the Zimbabwean, who joined incidentally from Zwaneng Galaxy. That's a club that have got history with Orlando Pirates, particularly the Botswana club. He joined from them in July. And he's a man who looks quite prepared to take on long-range shots over the course of the match. King Ndlovu distributing away to Motlong. Here's the attack now launching. Damons, nice little touch, gets the pass back, but it's at a difficult height for him. And now won by Manaka in the midfield. Gallants winning a lot of these midfield battles. And here's Matlatsi, runs into traffic. Damons that time does well, and now there's a chance for the Motsepe Foundation side to move it forward and to see what they can do. A long-range effort, a real stretching of the legs here from players of both sides, and it's the Callies man who gets there first and then puts the foot in and concedes a rather sloppy free kick when his side had potential to whip across into the box. That's a little bit of inexperience there. You can see here, didn't need to commit the foul on Skosana, but he has done so. There was the effort earlier from Malepe. So just to let you know, last season, twice in the Nedbank Cup, we had a side from the lower divisions knocking out a top flight side. Tuks did it against Cape Town Spurs, and then famously Milford did it on penalties against Chiefs. So it happened twice last season. As I said, it's happened 27 times in the past 17 seasons. It could happen tonight as well, but Callies are going to have to be a little bit more proficient in the chances they're getting. Gallants is certainly getting the better chances, but neither side able to take advantage as we approach half-time in the opening fixture of Nedbank Cup 2024-25. As Scotty told you, it's South Africa's equivalent to the FA Cup, our most premier cup competition that's had a lot of upsets over the years and a lot of less fashionable teams winning the trophy. Of course, Orlando Pirates, the defending champions, having beaten Sundowns in the final last season. And only 1 minute to be added on here at the end of the first half. There haven't been too many stoppages, so I suppose it's a fair call by the officials. But Gallants looking for a goal just on the stroke of half-time if they can find it. And not quite getting that one right. Marumo Gallants, since that 8-1 pounding by the Buccaneers at the end of 2024, in their last 4 games they've conceded only 3 goals and have gone draw, win, draw in their last 3. And for Callies, they've gone win, draw, win in their last 3. Here is Matlatsi again, looking for a teammate, gets the ball back again. There's just about time to keep this attack going, possibly the last attack of the first half. Chabatsade. 1 minute, says fourth official, Moremi Lekwape. And Gallants now looking for a chance to get a shot on target, but the defense is good from the white shirts, and they get enough bodies in the way and now look for a counter-attack here through the midfield, through Moremi, who's one of their leading goal scorers this season. He's got 3 goals already in the league. Tough ball coming in, but the offside flag was up anyway. Would not have counted from Mr. Ngadi on this near side. So just about enough time to restart play. You can see quite clearly it's offside. Good decision from the near side assistant. And Marumo Gallants with the last attack of the first half to see what they could do, but not much as the ball runs out of play. Referee will have a look at his watch. It's been a half without too many clear-cut chances. Dan Dance will know that he's got an interesting team talk coming up now at half-time, as the sides will go in 0-0. We await our first goal in Nedbank Cup round of 32 this season. It is 0-0 at half-time here at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. And I think Callies will be reasonably satisfied that they've kept things clean at the back. Marumo Gallants will know they've had the better chances but haven't been able to cash in. So half-time under lights on a Friday night in Tshwane. It is Pretoria Callies who haven't fashioned too many chances, but defensively they've looked okay. They've been able to cope for the most part, and King and Ndlovu's made some good saves. Half-time then at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. It is Pretoria Callies 0, Marumo Gallants 0. And the very small crowd that has come in tonight and braved the elements, braved the rain before kickoff, and braved the hot, steamy conditions now. They'll be satisfied with what they've seen so far, but they'll be hoping for some goals. Let's go down to Mazola Morife, Super Journo, on the field to give us his assessment of the first half.
Well, as Michael and Scotty were saying out in commentary, neither side able to take opportunities to bury their chances and break the deadlock as such here. I'm feeling a little bit of a breeze. Hopefully, maybe it will spike some energy from the two sides coming out of halftime, because as you know, if it keeps dragging on, we are looking at the dreaded penalties, because this is a knockout competition that is the first round of the Nedbank Cup encounter. Well, let's see what happens in the second half. We'll take a break and we'll speak later when the game is about to hit the full-time finish.
Alifikanga sigalelekile sitsho sithi siyabulela vi ngoku zidla zigoduka kuhlwile insimbi yesibhozo ibethile kwisizini epheleleyo ukunyaka opheleleyo ke ukutsho eMilford FC yaba lelinye lamaqela athi awisa indonga zeJerusalem kwiNedbank asazi ke kulo unyaka kulena isizini ka-2024-25 iza kuba leliphi na ukhumbula uba sithe abafana bayi-Pretoria Callies abakwenkwana kolu khuphiswano sisihlandlo sesine bedlala kulo kodwa ke bethanda ukukhiqwa endleleni kodwa ke bade bokufika baphantse bafika kwifinal mhla babethwa iChippa United. Namhlanje asazi noba izaba ngabokuqala na ukutsazisa igazi ngokukhiqa iMarumo Gallants endibona nobulifi Ntseki ngoku ejika into enkulu ephethe incwadi noba umxelele uDendence uba kufuneka ngoku kukhandwe kufakwe isikhonkwane kufakwe isipanere kwindawo ethile kuba amathuba yiMarumo Gallants ebevelile. Phela isiqingatha sokuqala sithi liqanda amacala omabini ukanti siqala isiqingatha sesibini sisatsho sithi not Marumo Gallants not Pretoria Callies. Khawuleze yaphakama iflag kubanjwa iMarumo Gallants kusithiwa offside. Kusithiwa offside. Ball iza kususwa oKing Dlovu. Phakamise kahle lo bhola yakhe iwela center line. Phume ngaphandle lo bhola ikhutshwa iPretoria Callies. Akabi khona utshintsho kumaqela omabini kusabethwa ngedonga abekubethwa ngazo kwimizuzu engama-45 yokuqala. Washington Arubi uthathe ixesha lakhe kodwa uyayazi uba udlala urhanqwe ngabadlali abanamava kakhulu akho kujuthuzela bamba jikeleza nayo kakuhle la bhola eNjojana uMuremi ngene endaweni kaLeandre de Sousa ongekhoyo. Marumo Gallants kuza kufuneka ngathi bayasebenza kuba abafana bayi-Pretoria Callies beza kwimidlalo yabo emithathu yokugqibela bengabethwanga abantu. Khale kabuhlungu Sompempe kuhlatywa indoda yePretoria Callies. Ushayi sene-yellow card. Ushayi sene-yellow card kuza kufuneka achule ukunyathela anyathele phezu kwamaqanda kungenjalo uzawophula uzawacumza. Ndoda ePretoria Callies mokamokana neentlungu zayo siyabulela shaya uzawusinda nakweli thuba Sompempe wathi ngisayokuthetha nabancedisayo fourth official kunye ne-task judge phumi yellow card uba ngusiyabulela shaya ngaba sengxakini embi uba nguye izawuba i-red card ngaphandle kwamathandabuzo nango etyhala indoda esithi kawuthule wena hayi uSompempe othatha ixesha lakhe siyabulela hamba khaya bhuti hamba ukuhlamba kwangethuba uhambe uyolala i-red card kutheni uSompempe engayikhuphanga i-red card kuba yellow card yesibini red card kaSiyabulela red card yokuqala Nedbank Cup last 32 Siyabulela shayi ufumana i-red card ebesefumene i-yellow card kwisiqingatha sokuqala ngoku ubhaqa i-red card uzama ukuzithethelela izakudlala ngamadoda angaphelelanga ke ngoku iMarumo Gallants ePretoria Callies bimele uba ke lo mnwe banawo bazama ukusebenzisa sikhumbule ebesetshile uMichael wathi uGabardinho usamokamokana nesigwebo sakhe yile nto engekhoyo engekho nakumalalela amadodana eMarumo Gallants ayathanda ukudibana namakhadi abomvu nakwiChipa United hlatywa kabuhlungu ngutiyantiya lo uzipho sakhe thetha ngokwakho uDan Malisela ngokwathi Sompempe uzijonge nezinye izinto uEdgar Manaka uvele waqamelela ngayo le ndodana awuvomeni waqamelela ngayo le ndodana kwantiyantiya uEdgar Manaka nye yamadoda anamafa lawo kwiMarumo Gallants kodwa ke usindile uSompempe akamnikanga ikhadi elimthubi yellow card akayifumenanga uEdgar Manaka indoda esene yellow card ngoku nguTsepo uChayini wePretoria Callies phakanyisiwe la bhola lethwa ngenhloko kodwa lo bhola uphuma ecango kwebhala yo Khalu nozinti weMarumo Gallants Washington Arubi azinto waseZimbabwe wakhala wathi sanukwenza ngolu hlobo ukuba ngaba inamava izawucaca namhlanje iPretoria Callies kuba ke izawusebenzisa laa mnwe banawo kodwa amaqela adlala ngamadoda alishumi adla ngokuba lishixa Gallants cengwa lobhola kwela kuDaniela Msendami indoda enobungozi ke le cengwa labhola kwakhona eMarumo Gallants ayilwela iGallants ibhola yayo ayilwela ade ayifumana ayicenga lobhola kwela cala ngoku bajika babuyela ngasemva uba mayoqalwa phantsi kutsho uEdgar Manaka cengwa kakuhle la bhola kwisiqingatha sokuqala iMarumo Gallants ibidlala kwiphiko lasekhohlo kwa-left flank kwi-right flank bengabonakali mntu tu phakanyisiwe le ibhola kodwa ichitha Pretoria Callies abayichithanga ngaphakathi eboxini yacengwa kakuhle la bhola kwela cala nguDaniel Msendami yacengwa ngokefonga phakathi le ibhola wo wabeka inyawo ichitha ibhola ka-Edson Khumalo wasebenza unozinto echitha ibhola kaKhumalo yabuya kwakhona iMarumo Gallants buye yonke ngasemva iPretoria Callies izodefenda abethi kude abethe ke emadodeni ba-offside iMarumo Gallants banje offside ibiseyidlule ngesentimitha ezibaleka indoda eMarumo Gallants kwaphambi bayikhatywe la bhola waphakama Fabio Lopez azibubhushi usekhona na isekela lakhe bhola ibanjwa nguKing Dlovu ngasemva azawaphuma naye uking Dlovu ngoku. Pretoria Callies beyilobha lo bhola kodwa bayilobhele ngaphandle kwebala. Kuthiwa mayiphoswe ngesandla. Dlala kuMutsipe Foundation Championship. Pretoria Callies abethe abekude abethe ke madodeni ayibhola kodwa bayibamba eyedwa ngasemva Washington Arubi kungekho noxinzelelo olufikayo phambi kwakhe. Yabuya kwakhona iCallies. Shiye kahle la bhola ngasemva uKamohelo uMagaswa uFofolude. Ndiandi thatha wayihlaba uyibuyisela ngasemva la bhola uNtiandia ayibuyisela kwakuye Ntiandia sipho sakhe esukela wafika phezu kwayo la bhola uMuremi ezaba i-goal kick. iPretoria Callies abakafumani nanye i-goal kick kulona umdlalo, okanti ndifuna uthi i-corner kick Gxebe. Corner kick zintathu kumadodana ayo iMarumo Gallants, ayikho i-corner kick kwiPretoria Callies. Imizamo isekude, shots on target kwiPretoria Callies icon, nakwiMarumo Gallants sinqabile nakuyo. Arubi cengwa la bhola kahle Hlabu Edson Khumalo yengeze kahle la bhola kwela cala Msendabi squarish ibhola enhle ayikaphumi la bhola iphezu kwe-byline yayichitha lo bhola iPretoria Callies. Akabikho lutshintsho lenzekayo kubadlali, into elutshintsho i-red card kuba iMarumo Gallants idlala ngamadoda ali-10. Idlale kakuhle la bhola uDaniel Msendami, uyidlale kakuhle la bhola ayifake efuna uKamohelo uMahlatsi. Angxangile amadoda eMarumo Gallants ngasemva ngaphandle kwebala kudala ewomisha enoba uzoda wabize uDendens osamileyo jonga umdlalo efaka izandla epokothweni. Dlala ibhola ende iPretoria Callies, yabuya noNtiandia, hlabe kakuhle uNtiandia la bhola kwela cala kule ndodana uMalepe. Thatha lo bhola Muremi Malepe, Ntiandia uyithatha ibuyisela ngasemva le ibhola. Apho satshoyo khona sithi mizuzu elishumi igqithile kwisiqingatha sesibini, apho sitsho khona sithi Pretoria Callies esingathe iqela leMarumo Gallants iqanda qox macala omabini.
This game has changed a lot, Scotty and listeners and viewers, because that red card certainly made a big difference for the second match in a row. Marumo Gallants will end the match with 10 men. And Pretoria Callies, last time they played against a side who had a man sent off was their match against Ajax Cape Town in December, and they won that match by 2-1. So the signs are good for the lower division team, playing against 10 men for virtually the entire second half, but they need to try and take advantage of that fact. And as you saw earlier, Marumo Gallants warming up a number of substitutes. Siyabulela Shai has now collected 5 yellow cards this season already, 2 in this game, and the referee took forever to find his red card. There was a bit of confusion all round. Eventually the fans here, predominantly home fans, were happy when they saw that red card brandished in the direction of Siyabulela Shai. Well, that man, Fabio Lopez, who was a goalkeeper in his day in Italy, but played with AS Roma in the capital, had to retire early due to a knee injury. As you've heard, he's coached all over the world, many different countries, speaks English, Italian and Lithuanian fluently. He's been in South Africa for 5 months and trying to get something going here with Pretoria Callies. Club with a decent tradition, but they really have a chance now for the first time in a few seasons to get to the round of 16 and knock out a top flight side. Sees a lot of collisions and all sorts of things. The referee's not letting that go. So that red card coming just after half-time. And the loss of Shai certainly puts Marumo Gallants back. But they've got enough skill to play with 10 men. Msendami looking to set things up, and now they'll spread the play to the far side. Shabatsane moving it across, ball into the box. Not the greatest directed header, though, from the 24-year-old Zimbabwean. Msendami. He's got Msendani on his shirt, but his name officially, his surname is Daniel Msendami. Joined, as I said earlier, from Jwaneng Galaxy in Botswana in July at the start of the season. Pretoria Callies, well, they win every second match they play. In fact, it's a very interesting record they have. Their last 7 matches have gone win, draw, win, loss, win, draw, win. So if you follow that pattern, then they shouldn't win tonight. But of course, soccer can provide all sorts of interesting things. Marumo Gallants, of course, suffered that 8-1 defeat against the Buccaneers, but since then have conceded only 3 goals in their last 4, and one of those was a penalty. In fact, 2 of those were penalties. So for Pretoria Callies, a real chance now to get on the board. Now, will they try a shot? They've been shooting from long range, trying to create an opening now. Is it on? Shot takes a deflection. And the goalkeeper, Washington Arubi, will do well to keep that in play. Comes from a place called Norton in Zimbabwe. He's played for SuperSport, Stellies, Aces, Tuks and Dynamos in a very distinguished career. He's getting close to his 40th birthday now, is Washington Arubi. So far keeping a clean sheet, and if he can do so with just 9 men in front of him to help him, it'll be a good effort. Who knows, we might have a penalty shootout later this evening. There's a flag against the Pretoria Callies player, and Callies a little bit frustrated because even though they're a man up, they're not really creating much. There Mohaswa trying to advance, but Marumo Gallants street smart. I think now, as we get towards the hour mark in the match, this is typically the stage in a game when the coaches on both sides start thinking about changes. For Marumo Gallants as well, they might get a little bit tired because it's hard to chase the ball when you're playing with 10 men for such a long period of time. And fresh legs are always good. Although you've got to be mindful of the fact that this match could go to extra time, and you want to have options in that extra time period. Because you can make 5 changes inside the 90 minutes. If it goes to extra time, then you're allowed an extra change apiece. So the coaches, if we do go the distance tonight, could make 6 changes in total. Here's Kumalo, former Marumo player. And just slowing the game down to walking pace at the moment, looking for options. Kumalo. Crowd getting a little bit frustrated with this. I think that even though it's a lower division team playing against a higher division side, they're playing against 10 men, so should be looking to try and move the ball a little bit quicker and try and get Marumo to chase shadows. They're not doing that, they're just slowing things down. Moremi. Kumalo, that's a nice ball. Now Damon's on that far side. Was on the books of Swallows, and then of course Swallows sold their franchise to Marumo Gallants, and Damons has ended up at Pretoria Callies. Working hard to try and get a cross in. He's done well to win a throw-in for his side in an attacking position on that far side of the field. So just about half an hour left, if you include the stoppage time, to see what can be done here. Are we about to get the first, which I suppose you could term an upset if the home side win, of Nedbank Cup 24-25? Pretoria Callies just spending a lot of time on the ball now, but not really using it effectively. Tia, Motlong. Kumalo. And now Mvundlela, the captain, scored against Marumo Gallants in the league last season in Callies' home game. They lost 4-2 in their away game. Gallants, of course, also reached the CAF Confed Cup in 22-23 by virtue of being runners-up in the Nedbank Cup the season before. They lost to TP Mazembe 1-0 on aggregate in the playoff round, so they failed to qualify for the group stage of that competition, but it was a little bit of a taste of club football in Africa for the side who are now playing out of Bloemfontein. Fundlela moving the ball slowly. Gallants just sitting back, not applying any press at all, and just allowing Callies to have the ball in a non-dangerous position round about the halfway line, waiting to see what they've got in terms of attack. So it's a row of 4 and a row of 5 as far as Dan Malisela's side is concerned, just to try and close the space so that the white shirts can have the ball round about the halfway line. But the moment they advance forward, then it's a little bit more difficult for them. However, here's a chance. Should it be taken first time? Oh, that was a real opportunity. It needed to be struck first time, and the strike in the box delayed and delayed. Malepe waited for the ball to get onto his left foot. I don't know why. It needed a right-footed shot there. It was virtually one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Why didn't he take the shot on immediately? That would have been a real chance for Callies to get on the board here. And now again, Damons has made a good overlapping run, almost overruns the ball. It's still alive in the area, and then eventually behind for a goal kick. But a real chance there for the home side to get on the score sheet, and they just seem scared to shoot. Just have a look at this. This is the end of the move. Damons just about keeping it in play. And here is the earlier chance. The ball reaching Malepe, or rather Chaine, I should say, and he didn't take on the shot on first time. He just waited for the ball to go across him, and that's disappointing. So the chance goes a-begging, and Pretoria Callies could well have been on the score sheet. So 25 minutes, oh actually 26 minutes left in the game. Are we going to go the distance tonight? It's looking more and more likely, although you never know. It just takes a second to score a goal, as the cliche goes. Kumalo now on the ball. Here's Manaka, the captain, and here come Marumo Gallants. First time we've seen them do something on the ball for a while. And the referee stops the game and gives a yellow card to Mohaswa. Just trying to even things up. As far as bookings are concerned, we've had a whole lot of bookings, so Mohaswa looking a little bit frustrated there for the booking that he's received. And some of the substitutes on both sides now have had a good run. Let's see if we can see what he did. He just, well, he almost goes into the back of Matlatsi and holds on to his jersey and gets a yellow card. So we, I think, are going to see some substitutions sooner rather than later. At the moment, it's King and Lovu whose goal is under a little bit of threat. But with 25 minutes left in this one, we still await the first goal. Scotty, maybe you can describe it to us.
izawuza lona Michael inqaku kuba lizawuza nini asikalazi. Masijonge okokuqala i-set piece yamadodana eMarumo Gallants. Bayiphakamisile ifuna inhloko zamadoda, kodwa Pretoria Callies yafika nje yayibeka phansi lo bhola otogqiba wafika wayigxotha ukamurhelo Mohaswa, indoda egqiba ufumana yellow card. Ayicenga kwakhona iMarumo Gallants. Khumbule sithetha ngamaqela ngamashumi mathathu anesibini, ngamaqela asibhozo aphuma kuMutsipe Foundation Championships, ngamaqela asibhozo aphuma kwiSafa League, ibe ngamaqela alishumi lesithandathu aphuma kwiBetway Premiership. Loo nto yenza amaqela ngamashumi mathathu anesibini. Kuzawuhluzwana ke ngoku kiwe kuthiwe the last 16. Emva kwe-last 16 kuthiwe ngamaqela asibhozo, i-quarter finals ezo. Emva kwawo kuthiwe ngamaqela amane. Ukuba izakuthathwa ngubani le indebe ezayihlutha kwi-Orlando Pirates, okanye i-Orlando Pirates izakwazi ukuyikhusela, kuzawucaca. Cenga ibhola ePretoria Callies, noko baphakamise bavuse umnyele kwisiqingatha sesibini. Marumo Gallants yabayeka yathi khake nidlale sinibone. Msendami buyisela ibhola phezu koManaka ngaku-center line, lula ibhola ende nenhle uManaka, yacengwa la bhola yabekwa phansi iMarumo Gallants. Ayicengwa sondela uManaka, ayithathwa ihlaba la bhola ecankwakhe, bazayidlala emacabangeni. Bayidlalile kodwa isikora esikwarishi ibhola akho mntu into oyigqibezela ebedlale ibhola entle kakhulu Edson Kumar. Callies bayithathile le ibhola. Pretoria Callies bawele u-center line, kodwa iMarumo Gallants indlela abaphulukene nayo la bhola babuya bonke. I-cover defense yabo yazozicacisa ngasemva sisekhona saphila. Azamcaphukisa uDendensi, azamcaphukisa uDendensi. Wo, uligcwabevu. Utshintsho lokuqala, Marumo Gallants akhupha Mukoboti. Lotshintsho lokuqala akhuphe uKamuhelo. Inoba bathu phantshile kwisiqingatha sesibini. Madoda amabini lawo abizwe iMarumo Gallants, uDendense noDuncan Lichisa bathi ayikhona. Phambaniso bizwele ngaphakathi. Inququbhana ke mangakamntu iguqile ayivale ayindoda. Tshintsho kubadlala ababini. Yazi uDen Malisela ngoku unabadlala abathathu kuphela anokubafaka ngaphandle bakuyiwa kwi-extra time apho anabadlala abane anokubafaka. Ubonile uba kunzinyana kufuneka amadoda azawukwazi ukukhusela. Wakhupha uKamuhelo uMahlatsi ebedlale kakuhle kakhulu uMahlatsi kwisiqingatha sokuqala somdlalo. Inoba bambonile uba uzigabaxe kakhulu, inoba udiniwe ngoku. Ambonile imileage phezulu ngeyona ndlela. Ayicenga le bhola iPretoria Callies sebedlala ngokuzithemba ngokubaqinisekile ngento abayenzayo. Ikhadi elibomvu libancedile. Cenga lo bhola ngaku-center line. Tiantia. Cengwa kakuhle lo bhola. Ababheki phambili balindile iMarumo Gallants ithi dlalani nize. Akho ndawo baya kuyo, ibhola ikubo kodwa ababheki phambili abafana bayo iPretoria Callies. iGallants imile ngasemva isondele nosondela kubo. Kuzafuneka baphambanise. Ebengomuremi la ndoda ibiphethe la bhola yathatha ibhola ngoku iMarumo Gallants yayibeka phambili kodwa wakhawuleza waphuma ngasemva. King Jove Pretoria Callies cengwa la bhola kakuhle kwelacala ngaphesha pha ibicengwa nguKhumalo. Yosifikela yodwa lo bhola pha ngasemva. Washington Arubi pasi ibhola enhle Washington Arubi kwindoda uEdson Khumalo uthanda ukudlala kakuhle kwisiqingatha sesibini kwicabanga lasekunene. Thathiwe la bhola abethe kude. Wow, wakhamuluka kude uMuremi kodwa wakhawuleza ibona lo bhola uWashington Arubi ebefuna umqubula. Ithi yawuhlukuthwa la bhola wakhamuluka wajonga nje impala ezigxeleshile wabetha ibhola ende nenhle kodwa yafika esendaweni yakho Washington Arubi. Dlalana kabuhlungu kodwa amadoda. Sompempe wohlwaya. Tshintsho luzakwenzeka kwiPretoria Callies. Fabio Lopez uthetha nabadlali uthi hayi khona amadoda. Amathuba niyawafumana kwesiqingatha sesibili. Ntiyantiya bamdlale kabuhlungu. Yakhalaza Lopez uthi no. Akhupha uThepha. Bafaka uSmith. iPretoria Callies ke leyo. Tshepo bamkhuphile bafaka uSmith ngoku. Cengwa la bhola Ntiyantiya thatha ibuyisela phezu ko-center line. Ntiyantiya kwakhona ibhola baba nayo iPretoria Callies kodwa bakwazi uyisebenzisa, bakwazi uya phambili. Ade waphuma uKing Dlove uyobancedisa. Unozinto uphuma ngokwakhe. Adlala ibhola ende. Chithiwe lo bhola kwakhona iMarumo Gallants. Gallants yaguquka nebhola. Mpambaniso. Wajikeleza ndawoninye umpambaniso. Ipasi zakhe zibanhleke. Angwephinde ebuye sithi unganinika kwakhona. Kodwa akayinikwanga le ibhola. Marumo Gallants basayibambile. Bengayilindelanga umpambaniso ke le ibhola. Ayibengayilindelanga. Pretoria Callies afuneke beyixoxe le nto ngasemva, bayixoxile. TNT thatha lo bhola ibuyisela ngasemva TNT kumfundlela. Warrington Arubi waphansi koxinzelelo nje asibeka phezu kwalo. Kaphansi konakala kwiMarumo Gallants. Den Malisela Milu sajongile ngoku. Free kick isusiwe kodwa yakhawuleza ithatha ichiphila lo bhola. Marumo Gallants Pambaniso waqhwelela phezu kwayo. Manako yeke yahamba la bhola. Yayicenga le bhola ngoku iMarumo Gallants kodwa yabuya yonke iPretoria Callies yokuvala ngasemva. Pambaniso wanemibono wafuna ukudlala yedwa. Yayithatha lo bhola iCallies bekufuneka babaqinise babaleke. Yabamba ishape idefense yeMarumo Gallants. Ayichitha lo bhola bakwazile. Pambaniso thatha ibhola ibuyisela ngasemva kweEdna. Manaka. Phume ngaphandle le bhola ikhutshwa iPretoria Callies yakhawulezisa yaphoswa ngesandla iMarumo Gallants. Pambaniso waphasa ibhola enhle uPhambaniso. Bazakwenzani ngale bhola iMarumo Gallants? Zonke ibhola zakhe uzifaka ngaphakathi. Okhumalo uEdson afike sezilindiwe. Yachithwa naleli bhola. Bhola zika Edson Khumalo soloko edlala ibhola in kodwa kudala iPretoria Callies imfundile. Sisatsho ngokuthi kumsuzo wamashumi asixhenxa nesihlanu. Liqanda kwiPretoria Callies, liqanda kwiMarumo Gallants.
15 minutes to go here and it remains 0-0. I'd like to see both sides being a little bit braver in that final third. Sometimes they have an opportunity to attack and they just slow things down and go backwards to try and keep possession. And there really are opportunities for both of them now to try and step it up. Here's a shot from range, powerful effort, just wide. Nicely struck in the end from Shabatsane. Taking it onto his left foot. He's got a powerful left foot and just bending it wide of that right-hand upright of King and Ndlovu. So the 10 men are holding out here, more than holding out. They're creating the better chances. But now with Santino Smith, who looks very, very lively. He's got only one goal this season for Pretoria Callies. That came in November against Kazrick Stars in a 2-1 win away from home. He's been brought on to replace Chayine up front. Chayine who had that great opportunity earlier that he didn't take advantage of. And Tiantia all the way back now to the captain, Vundlela. And the pattern of play reverts with Marumo Gallants with this wall of 4 and a wall of 5, allowing Callies to have the ball on the halfway line, no press at all. And now maybe a bit of space over the top, looking for Smith. Might be a shot on here from Mandi, but his control lets him down. Over, it's picked up well by Moremi. Looks for support out wide, and Tiantia, can he use his experience to work something? Goes on the overlapping run. Goes down in the box, the free kick goes in favour of Marumo. Tiantia working hard there, but just overrunning the ball slightly. Trying to go on the overlap, and that's good solid work from Edson Khumalo. to stand firm and to get goal side of the ball, eventually have his ankles clipped. I must say, Mpabaniso looks very, very lively for Marumo Gallants in the midfield. He looks like a man who could create a lot. He's full of running, he's got a lot of energy. With the changes that have been made, 2 of them by Dan Dance, bringing on Dludlu and Mpabaniso in place of Mokobodi and Matlatsi. A little bit strange that Matlatsi's gone off. He's had a much quieter second half than he did the first, so maybe that's the reason. Malepe. Moremi again. Moremi's full of shots from range. It's about his 4th shot he's had from midway inside his own half, and he looks quite content to try and take on the opportunity. 27-year-old who's the leading goal scorer, one of the leading goal scorers for his club this season with 3 goals. Coach Lopez knows he might be in for extra time here, and he might have to plan for that. He's made only 1 change so far, so he's got plenty of substitutions in the bank if he wants to use them. 12 minutes to go. It remains goalless here in the Nedbank Cup fixture between 2 sides who last season in their 2 meetings shared 7 goals in total. I can tell you Pretoria Callies have had only 2 clean sheets in their last 9 matches, but they've scored in 6 of their last 7 in all competitions, and only 1 loss since the 9th of November. So their record is good, but of course they've been campaigning in the lower leagues. Didn't start the season particularly well, and once Coach Lopez has come in, he's shored things up a lot and has got the side moving up the table. As I said, they're only 4 points away from Barocco, who are in 5th spot. For Marumo Gallants, they are 13th, but Supersport, who have only 1 point more than them, are 9th. So it's very congested in both tables, in the top flight and in the NFD effectively. Marumo Gallants unbeaten in their last 3 after losing 3 in a row. 4 clean sheets in their last 10, but they've failed to score in 4 of their last 10. Can they do something here? Not that time. And only 2 goals from open play in their last 6 matches, and only 1 in their last 4, so the stats are not good as far as their goal scoring exploits are concerned. Now it's a bit of an overlapping run here from the substitute Ludlu, but he's offside. So he goes just a little bit too early. It's a good decision from the near side assistant, who's got most things right tonight in terms of his offside decisions. So Dan Dance, as I say, was the first coach to take a lower league side to success in this competition. He did it in 2019 with TX Galaxy. Won this trophy twice as a player with Pirates and with Sundowns, 10 years apart, in the 80s and the 90s. So he's got a good history in this competition. Was put on special leave in December, reinstated a few weeks later, and back to lead the side. I don't think he'll be thrilled with the sending off of one of his key strikers, Siabulela Shai, and he's had to make changes. So who is going to step it up now with 10 minutes to go? Which side is going to be brave enough to try and take it on, try and win it inside the 90 minutes if they can? Mvundlela. Damons tries the little reverse ball. Smith goes into the area. Now, can they take on the shot here? Callies trying their best to get an opening. Needs a long-range effort. Why the touch? Because it allows the defence to close it down. And Callies just lacking bravery in key situations. Now it's a free kick, and the referee might go to his pocket here. He looks very vocal and very vociferous, the referee. Looks like the Callies player is going to escape punishment, at least for the time being. But twice now we've seen Callies with a chance to shoot first time and not willing to take it on. There's Ntia putting his boot in. Now have a look at this. When the ball is great, he's got to hit that first time. He waits and he slows down and he looks at his options, does Kumalo, and he really needed to have a go first time there and fire in a shot on target. Yellow card now for Ntia. So just lacking a bit of bravery, and I think that comes from the fact that they maybe respect the opposition a little bit more than perhaps they should be, playing with a man advantage. There's going to be a change now for Callies. They're going to bring on Sibonga Konke Mgwaba, a right back. So they're bringing on a defensive player, which is interesting. So bringing on defensive reinforcements here. And the man to make way is Mohaswa, who's just collected a yellow card a short while ago, so that might be the reason for the change. But they've brought on a right back, which might mean that Damons can push forward a little bit more down that right-hand side. In the meantime, here's a chance for Gallants, again going on an elaborate dribble, when perhaps the shot from range might have been the better option. Nice play here, now space through the middle here for Khumalo. But good closing down, Gallants getting defenders back in the nick of time. There have been chances at both ends, but again, both sides lacking a little bit of bravery just to take it on and finish. 7.5 minutes to go. It remains 0-0. Who wants it more? Arubi. Damons now taking it down on the chest. Good control, keeping the attack alive. Here's Smith. Looks at his options on the overlap. Little chip into the area. Needs to be defended, and is well defended in the end from Marumo Gallants, getting men behind the ball. Smith working hard to keep it alive, but conceding a throw-in the left-back position. So are we going the distance in this one at the start of the Nedbank Cup? 32 sides, of course the top 16 sides to play in the Premiership, and then 8 sides from the Motsepe Foundation Championship, and then 8 sides below them who've qualified. 1 from each of 8 different provinces. The draw was conducted. I think both these sides would have been reasonably happy when the draw came out, having avoided some of the really big names in the competition. But as things stand, they haven't really taken advantage of the opportunities they've been presented. Still, there's time for things to change here. Here is Mpambaniso. Khumalo. So go back to the goalkeeper, who will act as sweeper keeper and try and keep the attack, or keep possession going for Marumo Gallants. Have they got a way forward? Have they got an answer? Dandan's very animated on the side of the field, looking to try and urge his side forward. Damons is having a much better second half than he had at first, now that he doesn't have Matlatsi running at him. And here come the white shirts, looking at options, just slowing the game down to a walking pace, hoping that they can draw Gallants out, that they can create some space behind them. But Gallants are too street smart for that, and they're just sitting back, giving them possession on the halfway line. Mgwaba. Now Khumalo. Looking at openings, looking for a run. And Tiantia is unmarked on this near side, and it's a good ball to him if he can control. His first touch is decent and needs support behind him. So 5 minutes to go, plus a little bit of stoppage time. Is there going to be a goal in the 90, or are we going the distance? My colleague Mtutuzeli Scott will tell you.
Sawulinda smash and grab mhlambi singaba khona Michael. Ecengo la bola Pretoria Callies. Oh. Zaqala tackles. Kuntiyantiya lona. Sompempe wayikhupha yellow card emnikeza uSithole. uSithole, Christopher Sithole ufumana yellow card. Imilenzi yatsho ngoku ibala anzimanga kakhulu banoko lamvula ikanginethe kakhulu. Kodwa ifuthe lobushushu liyabonakala. Beke laqhela inyawo phezu kwakhe. Osipho sakhe Ntiyantiya. Angokhala bamcofa izihlunu. Udludlu indoda inamendu ke leyo sanda kungena ngaphakathi ebaleni xa bebekhupha amahlathi. Balandeli beMarumo Gallants abakapheli ithemba. Ingoma isatsho. Kanti bakhona abantu besitsho besithi orhatya ngoluhlongo lwesihlanu make sihambe sozibonela. Pretoria Callies bekumele ba noko abalandeli bayo bayabonakala lapha kuba idlalele ekhaya. Free kick isusiwe. Yongena eyedwa ngasemva la ball Washington Arubi. Isusu mithathu seleyo. Ankudludlu. angohlaba ibhola kodwa waphisa ngayo lo bhola kwi-Pretoria Callies. Zaguquka izinto ngoku. Yayicenga iCallies yayisika la bhola. Abadlali badiniwe ngoku. Yakhala udenqalisela. Wathi hayi tata hamba nebhola man. Manaka. Cengwa la bhola bayibeka phezu kosente abafana bayo. iMarumo Gallants. Phume ngaphandle le ibhola. Kuthe mayiphoswe ngesandla iPretoria Callies. Achophe phezu kwenzwane ngoku uFabio Lopez. Achophe phezu kwenzwane ingathi ulindele impi. Thatha la bhola uNdlovu ayithumela phambili. Ayicenga le bhola iPretoria Callies ayisika ifanga phakathi eboxini kodwa waphuma Washington Arubi. Hluthiwe la bhola umphambanisi ayibeka phambili abetheke emadodeni la bhola. Susa la bhola nguNdlovu. Marumo Gallants yaqaqanisa ngoku. Phosa ngesandla le ibhola beyithatha beyibuyisela ngasemva. Captain Edgar Manaka. Ayicenga iMarumo Gallants le ibhola indlela sivaliwe. Umnye umzuzu oseleyo sixhomekeke kwimfefe zosompempe ke ngoku. Msendani buyiselwe ngasemva le ibhola. Funeka bayiqale phansi abafana beMarumo Gallants. Inoba iPretoria Callies ngoku ithi kubhetere siye kwi-extra time. Sibona uNdlovu uzawuxhathisa nawo nozinti wabo ongekabuze ithatha la bhola iMarumo Gallants. Thathe kakuhle la bhola ngumsendami angudludlu. Ayisika kakuhle udludlu la bhola ayibuyisela kumsendami ayikhona ithathwa le ndodana uKhumalo. Betheke emadodeni izawuba yi-corner kick. Kuthiwa mayibe yi-goal kick. Goal kick ePretoria egwaxaza imizuzu mithathu esiliphiwa ngosompempe. Mizuzu mithathu. Goal kick Pretoria Callies suswa. uKing Dlovu uyabona ngoku sebedlalela uya kwi-extra time abadlali bePretoria Callies. Akho nto bayingxameleyo. Akho nto bayingxameleyo ngoku bathi kubhetere i-extra time. Marumo Gallants yathatha ibhola yona. Manaka wahlaba ibhola enhle uManaka. Yacengwa le bhola iMarumo Gallants yabuza wasebenza rebound. Wayibeka emnatheni. Smash and grab. Phambaniso. Kwagqitywa. Angena inqunkqumbana yatshintsha izinto. Angena inqunkqumbana yatshintsha izinto. Ababona abalandeli bayo Marumo Gallants bathi sedlula the super sub Monte Mphambaniso. Bhola bekwe kakuhle phambili. I-rebound wavela engumpu edutyulwe ebeyibethile umsendami la bhola kodwa wasebenza unozinti ngasemva uKing Dlovu kodwa i-rebound yakhe yabuyela yadibana noMonde Mphambaniso kungekho umuntu unozinti eguqe ngamadolo. Ebolulile le uDaniel Msendami. Imincili kubaqeqeshi beMarumo Gallants. Kwathi mayibuya iPretoria Callies. Imzuzu umnyoseleyo. Phakanyisiwe la bhola. Wayeka la bhola ngasemva. Washington Arube yaziba izakuba yi-goal kick. Yayibona nje ngokwakho uba ubukhulu becala ibhola ebikade ikubafana bayo iMarumo Gallants yiyo loo nto sebehamba phambili ngenqaku elinye. Behamba phambili bedlala ngabadlali abalishumi kubadlali abalishumi elinanye lePretoria Callies. Imizuzwana eseleyo. Lakhiqwa iqela elivela kudido olungezantsi. Yakhutshwa iPretoria Callies ephuma kwiMutsipe Foundation Championship. Liqela lokuqala ukukhiqwa kwiNedbank kumaqela okugqibela. Sompempe ukhupha iyelo card uSompempe. Umphambaniso ufumana iyelo card emva komsebenzi omhla wenzileyo. Angu ngoku ufumana zombini, ufumana inqaku, ufumana ikhadi. Angu nangeza ungena kuMarumo Gallants amaxesha aphelile. Amaxesha aphelile. Bakhupha uChristopher Sithole. Bakhupha uChristopher Sithole. Udendens wabona amaxesha aphelile. Phakanyisiwe le bhola iPretoria Callies kodwa yabethwa ngenhloko yabekwa phansi. Sompempe wathi lo bhola ikhutshelwe ngaphandle. eMarumo Gallants. Bazawuthini bazawubamba ixesha ngwabadlali beMarumo Gallants engayisusi ibhola ngokukhawuleza. Waphakama aphela ixesha yakhiqwa. iPretoria Callies ikhiqiwe ikhutshwe ngaphandle iMarumo Gallants. Uyayibona nje imicili phansi kwekepisi zoDuncan Lichisa. Lopez wayithatha ukubethwa njengendoda, wakuthatha njengendoda. Kuphambaniso inqunqumbana esenenqaku lempumelelo leMarumo Gallants. Bhola ibibethwe kakuhle kamathodane Gallants. Labhalwa udano kubadlali bePretoria Callies ukuba bebesijonge ukuba baza kudlula apha. Ukuxhawula noKing Dlovu. Kumphambaniso umonde inqunqumbane efike yatshisa ibhayi. Waququzela zibekwa nje. Yadlula ke izobheka emnqwazini. iMarumo Gallants iya kwi-draw eza kulandela emva kuba kudlalwe yonke imidlalo yokuqala yangamashumi-32. Abaqala benjenje ke. Imincili abazawugoduka babheke eBloemfontein. Imincili sithembe uba bazaqhuba ngenyameko kusebusuku kunjalo. Izawukhula iPretoria Callies kuba bawafumene amanye amava nanamhlanje. Amanqaku ebhodini Marumo Gallants linqaku linye, Gallants 1, Pretoria Callies not ukuphela komdlalo. Okanti ke sitsho ke ngoku sithi sasithatha zonke izintambo sise ezantsi kumazolo kamnandi.
Well, it's a smash and grab. Marumo Gallants through to the round of 16 of the Nedbank Cup competition, beating Pretoria Callies. I'm now joined by the skipper, Edgar Manaka, who is the man of the match this evening. Like I'm saying, smash and grab. You probably were preparing for extra time, but you had to push.
Yeah, well, we knew. As Marumo, we definitely know the space. We have been in this competition before, so we know how it goes. Very difficult playing against the sides. We knew they're going to sit, and once we got one man down, then it was difficult. We had to grind in until we got it at the last moment.
I'm sure that red card to Shai changed the game a little bit. What tactical tweaks did Coach Dendens make at halftime?
If you recall very well, in our last game, we played one man down, so we know definitely what to do. Get one man back, then we sit for 4-1, then we let them have the ball. As long as they can pass the ball over, they can't hurt us.
Skipper, do you feel there's a discipline issue? I mean, you've been racking up these red cards in the Betway Premiership and now in the opening game of the Nedbank Cup.
No, there isn't. It's definitely part of the game. You know, when the ball is not falling for you or it's not coming, there's a kind of situation that happen. But there's no discipline issues in our group.
And what would you say about Coach Denden's way of playing? A lot of pundits are also arguing that you are more effective now. Yes, you pass the ball around, still the DNA from a Marumo Gallants, but you are more effective in goal, even like we saw when you played against Chippa United.
Yeah, you know, this is our style of play. This is how the coach plays. We definitely understand him. He has been here with us before, so we know what he expects from us to move, keep the ball, keep moving, so that we can move the opponents and find the right spaces.
The gap between the Motsepe Foundation and the league, do you see it as a huge gap, given that you almost were pushed all the way to additional time in this fixture?
No, it's definitely closing up now. Now it's not like before. I think that the level is high. The boys, we've seen them how they move the ball around, and I think the level is shortening up now.
You feel and confident, as I ask you the final question, that you can go all the way. You have won this cup competition before as this club, although you got relegated, but there's proof enough that you can go all the way, as we've seen in the past.
For now, the most difficult part is the league, but we wait for the next opponent. We take one opponent at a time, and we'll see where it takes us.
Thank you, Skipper.
Welcome, thank you, sir.
That's skipper Edgar Manaka saying they can go all the way in this cup competition. And unfortunately, someone who's not gone all the way in this cup competition is Coach Lopez, who will be disappointed that they were not able to capitalize on Marumo Gallants going a man down. Coach, what happened? You seemed in control, maybe a lapse of concentration?
No, we was in control of the second half because they play in 10. So I asked to my guy to manage the game in the same way because we are one man plus. So it will come the chance to score goal. But maybe we pay the inexperience of the young player we have in the field. So congratulations to Marumo because they anyway, in 10 people, they play well. So what are to say? Next time.
Do you feel, pardon the cliche, but a game of two halves, in that maybe they were a little bit in control with a full team and then they go a man down and you sort of assume control even though you are on the losing side?
No, it's just about how we prepare the game. We prepare the game in this way to keep them in the line of the half of the field and to start to play in counter-attack. It was working the first half, second half too, but like this football is beautiful because of this.
What do you then say at halftime? Because obviously that red card for Marumo came just before the break.
Say again, sorry.
What did you say at halftime? Because that red card came just before the break.
What I say
in halftime? Yeah, yes, correct.
Nothing. I just say to raise the intensity of the game because we're gonna try to push more them in the half. But it's unpredictable. What's this?
What experiences did you learn as we now wrap up our interview? Experience do you take from this cup competition? The target, I'm sure, is still promotion to the top flight.
It's not first time I play the cup in my life. I mean, I play a lot of cup in a competition. But unfortunately, I can't take a big experience because we just go out now. So but it's a beautiful atmosphere and this is important.
How do you bounce back now in the championship in the Motsepe Foundation? How do you bounce back?
We will back very strong, much better.
Coach Lopez, thank you for your time.
Thank you, thank you.
That's Coach Lopez saying that they are going back to the Motsepe Foundation Championship and trying, as it were, for Pretoria Callies to try and make their way back to the Betway Premiership. Speaking of the Betway Premiership, and a man who knows all that too well, but will be hoping now to go to the next round and go all the way in this Nedbank Cup is Coach Den Malisela. Your thoughts on this encounter? Some say smash and grab. What do you say?
With 10 men. Can't smash and grab with 10 men. I think the same.